welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video talking to you guys about what has been going on in 2020 and why I only had 3 books. Well, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Basically, we're talking about my journaling slump. I went through a really big one, and we're going to be talking about my journaling experience of 2020. Don't know where to start with this, but maybe I should start off with saying don't look for a journaling tag of 2020. I love doing journaling tags every year, but there ain't going to be one for this year because of how slumped I was in. I don't think there is even a worth to do a journaling tag for me because it's going to be a very small video of like 3 journals and be there and done. So when I started this channel, I have always did journaling like tags like as much as I could. And this year's going to be the first year there's not going to be one on my channel. Kind of bummed out by it because I love the journaling tags. But also I understand that I've been in a very, very journaling slump. And I need to explain to you guys why I've been in that big slump. So we're going to be talking about like all the journals I have. So it's kind of like my own tag to myself basically. So we're going to be talking about, so these are all the journals I have. I have only about 3 journals. The one I'm currently working in as well because I finished it before January, but it's taking me a long time, but not as long as like you think. I might actually speed up the process after this book. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we're going with this. So this is the very first book I have ever gotten, my first Moleskine. I was going to wait till the summer, but I could not wait. So I ended up using this right away. So I started this the 2019 till the 2020. So basically New Year's was in this journal. There's a lot of stuff. I don't remember there's a flip through to this. So if there's no flip through, I'm very sorry. I'll put one up. I'll be checking for what's even on the channel and doing flip throughs. I'm pretty sure there's one of this, or there kind of not. There's like a lot of personal stuff in this book. So let me check for a second. Almost knocked over a glass that's like right beside me. There is some important stuff in here that I won't show. But I started this in November, so let me see when I started this. Just November. I never said exactly when I started this. Oh yeah, November 1st, 2019 till April 30th, 2020. That's where I started this journal. There is a all about me page, so I will not show you. But I did stuff like this, so we're going into stuff. So I did write like Peter Pan. I thought, why not? Did some quote that made me think of Peter Pan, like the song Lost Boys, because basically had the word Peter Pan in it. Lost Kids, like there's stuff I did in here, and I liked it. I went through a big, like near the end of this, I wrote like maybe a couple pages. I was getting bored of this, so basically I kind of gave up. I didn't have printering, so there's not any like. I have a printer, but I need to get printing, so there's not a lot of pictures I could have thrown in here and stuff like that. So not a lot because I didn't have printing, which another reason I'm also in a slump because for some reason I feel like I need pictures in here to make it more interesting to me. But I've been starting to watch other YouTubers, and they're giving me inspiration because some other YouTubers don't use a lot of pictures in their journals, but they still decorate it, which I love. And I found a way to use less print ink, more magazines, even if you're not using a magazine, how to basically decorate your journal and still make it look cute and the way you like it. I feel like that's going to fill up a page, and maybe I'll get to it. Well, after this journal, which this journal was a hit to me, I did not fully finish it. I left like maybe a couple pages left, but that's fine by me. I've always hated myself when I leave a couple pages, but at this point in time, I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna leave a couple pages. That's just gonna be who I am. I ain't gonna finish from the very last page. And as of today, I found out a couple other YouTubers do that as well, so I'm not the only journaler YouTuber who leaves a couple pages out. And with this one, oh boy, I didn't even finish this one. We can't even call this even close to completion. Like, we basically got a heartbreak, not breaking up, broken up. So don't think there's a broken up. There's just some issue in there that I can't really, there is no flip through of this at all, and there will not be, because I feel like this is not flip through worthy, but like this is a really good journal, just but wasn't a good time to use it. So we were in a pandemic. The pandemic started, and I feel like this is a really good journal. I wanted to like leave like the pandemic fear behind. Got this from a boyfriend. I thought this was really cute, and I'll use it. So I said, leave your fears behind. We're going near the spring, the summer. This was a good time to use it. I felt like I was going to write. Bam! We got into a time where I'm stuck in my room. There's not really much to write. And also, I just didn't have like motivation to get up and write, because I was always stuck in my room, not moving around much. So basically, I just sat there wanting to talk to my friends on like video chat and basically be on YouTube. I couldn't like get myself to write, which I really wanted to. So I tried my hardest in this journal. I feel like at the time, this journal was not right for me at the right time. I feel like maybe now I could fill this up, make this look nice and cute and everything. But at the time, I feel like this might have been too intimidating because I was in a journaling slump. For me, I think journals like this, when I'm in a journaling slump, are the best for me. When I'm in a journaling slump, I need something smaller that can get through faster, so I can feel like I completed something. Then I'll be like, oh my god, I'm so motivated. I'll start getting stuff like this journaled on and this. Well, I basically haven't written this like forever. I wrote like a couple of things here and there, added some stuff. I didn't have printing, so felt like I wasn't filling up much, so I did this. And now I'm currently just moved on to like, you know what, I'm just going to move on to this one, and this one is flying through. Not as quickly as I want to, but normally how I fly through journals, this is going, and I feel like this is going to be finished, and I'm going to be moving on to another one in February, because I only got one more month left in this one, and I'm just done, because there's not much pages to even start February once I finish January here, because I am like going through this. So I want to say another reason why this journal hasn't been finished. I don't have it with me, but I started bullet journaling because I really like the fact of planners, and I started getting into bullet journaling, so I was so focused more on getting a bullet journal done. I never really did get my time into bullet journaling and journaling at the same time. Because me, if I'm journaling a lot. Or if I'm bullet journaling, I'm bullet journaling a lot. Like, I can't put those two in one day because I just don't have motivation for one or the other. Well, bullet journaling didn't last for me because I felt like I was disowning my journal because they're so similar in a way that it was really hard for me to focus which one I wanted to do. So I basically gave up on bullet journaling, and then I got a happy planner. At the beginning, I was so into happy planning, I only journaled a little bit. Then I completely just, you know what, I'm going to stop journaling until I feel like actually journaling. So I did stop, which was like almost a month of not journaling. And I basically was doing happy planner. Now, I do happy planner, but not extremely as bad as I am like when I was. So I actually do journaling and happy planner. I've now gotten to the point where I can do journaling because journaling takes up more of my time. Cause I'm doing more writing and stuff. And then my happy planner, I'm write down, okay, today I have appointments. So I don't do happy planner, which is a planner like extremely hardcore. But I still use it and it's working for me and I love it. So I'm loving the fact that I'm doing happy planner and planner. So this is a sneak peek. I don't want to show you too much of this because this will be a flip through because I'm so excited to show flip through on my channel. That's been like so long, but I have these pages like left to do for January, and one thing about me is I'll be like in these pages, right? So sometimes I don't write that day, but I do want to like remember that day, and I clearly will remember it enough to go back and write it. So I do dates like this one here. I'm planning to do like maybe add some pictures when I do get printing of Christmas gifts, because I really don't want to write about Christmas because we're in quarantine right now and pandemic. There's not really much that went on, so there's not really much to write, so I want to do more collaging and stuff, but these are just a couple of pages. I am drawing in my journals because I feel like I just want to fill up pages. And sometimes I like to draw, but I don't want to get a certain sketchbook. So this is just like what I've been doing so far, and I'm excited. I started this one. If it's not saying my name, I'm just making sure it doesn't say my last name. But I started this. This doesn't say my name, but I started this one in October 7th, 2020. I'm not daily in this journal, but I'm almost daily. What I mean about almost, like some days I won't journal, and I feel like it's okay. I don't have to journal all the time. And then I'll go back and do some of the dates that I really want to remember. But if I feel like, okay, all I did was sit on a couch, why do I want to write that date? Then I won't write about it. And I'm fine with it now. I made my choice to not be fully daily, because if I do fully, it feels like a chore. I feel like I have to write today, even though I did nothing. But I do write most of the time, so it's basically almost every day. Some days are out of the journal, but that's just my choice. And I like it. I am trying to find more ways to create the journal without needing to print off every time to put in your journal, because there got to be more than just printing, because I cannot spend a lot of money printing pictures every 5 seconds in a journal. And I haven't bought print ink in a while, and I'm planning to buy some, but I don't want to go to waste just because I'm using it a lot. Yeah. And in this journal, I did stop using those daily calendars, because I was using a planner. But I could not let myself. I had to put back the calendars in here. So at the beginning there wasn't, but I went back into them and added the calendars, because like I used them, because sometimes I don't have a planner with me. My planner is huge, and I have a journal with me. So when I'm out, I like to write. Or sometimes I'm in my journal and I'm going back on the date that I write, and I don't want to take out my planner to see, okay, today I had an appointment, so that's the day I'm going to be writing. I'm going to write about my appointment and what I did. Because I might remember, like, okay, but I don't remember the exact date it happened. I might be like, oh yeah, I remember hanging out with my friend. Was it yesterday? Was it today? But I like to write. So stuff like that, I like to write it in these things. I also write that in my planner as well, but I don't want to take my planner out, find the date, then start working my journal. This way it's easier if I go out somewhere and I have an appointment. I can write it here really quick. Then when I get home, I can write in my planner. Because my planner, I don't like to take out with me everywhere, as it's a big chunky happy planner. It's not the big happy planner, it's the classic size, but it's still big in my opinion. And yeah, so I just use these to write down like appointments and stuff, and if I hanged out with somebody, so that way I have like things to write. I've also did this. Some of these pages you will find on my Instagram, peculiar.collection. You'll find some of these pages on my Instagram. I doubt any of this is on there, because that's how bad this journal was. I was just not wanting to journal, even though in this journal I was so excited to start a new journal, because I had the journal. This one basically took quarantine in my life. I was in quarantine. We were locked down. We couldn't do nothing. I was journaling like no tomorrow. I was decorating. I was just in a crafty mood. I love crafts. I love, like, I don't know, a lot of stuff. I used to do crafts. I used to write quotes when I was a kid. I used to make my own storybooks, finish them fully, but not enough to get them published, because obviously I didn't want to. I also made a fan fiction book, because I felt like if I write a fan fiction book, it's a practice, because I know these characters. I know what they're already like. So if I do that, it would be practice. So then when I do my own, I can get different characters. I can get different story, basically. I don't know why, but I felt like I'll do a fan fiction book just to give myself some practice and creativity. I'm hoping for 2021, I could say I filled up more than 3 journals. That is my goal, because every time I do journaling, I'm so slow in journaling, because, one, I can sit there for hours. I don't know why, but I write small to begin with, so I don't take up a lot of pages, but at the same time, I want to find more ways to be creative in my journal. I love creativity, and I'm trying to find more ways to be creativity without feeling the need of having a printer to print off pictures, because I feel like I need printer paper and printer stuff to print a picture off, snap into my book, and say, okay, that's how I filled out the page. I want to find more creativity. I have washi tapes, markers, glue stick, stickers. What else do I have? I have gel pens, a computer. Well, actually, I don't think the computer will do anything other than maybe I can draw. I'm trying to find just more things to put in my journals because I love the creativity. My very first journal that I have fully completed from very front to back had pictures I added in it, had random creativity I added in it. Like basically everything that I want in a journal was in my first one. Then after that, I just lost that creativity, but I actually could. With that creativity and that time and effort I took in that first journal, I could have finished a full journal. Not even that long. It didn't take me that long. The only reason that journal is taking me that long, my first one, if you guys have ever seen on my channel of all my journals I have ever shown on my channel, that one, let me go get it. Give me 1 second. I'll go get it really quick. So the very first journal I have ever completed, this is actually my second journal I have ever owned. So my second journal is the very first journal I have ever completed. The first one, I left a bunch of pages out. This one, actually, no pages were left out. I have done this from back to front, and it was so bad that the string had actually broken on this thing. Not that it's chunky or anything, but I was so creativity. I was adding like pictures in here. This is why I feel like I need a printer, because stuff like this. But I didn't just do that. If I have like other things in here, like I'm just trying to find things that aren't like privacy. But I had like, well, that's also printering, so never mind about that. But there's, oopsies, there is. Let me try to find it. That has nothing to do with having a printer. I did stuff like this. I would buy something, put the little sticky paper in there. So stuff like that. But as you can tell, I do write small. This is my very first one. So I try to fill up the pages. I also found a couple of like stickers and putting things I found in there, like pictures and stuff. This one was like just really creative. An art project I found, I got in here. I also put like my printer ink, and I was so dedicated to this thing. It made me very proud to actually say I finished it. And that's what really got me into starting journaling, because I felt so proud. I love looking back at this thing. I don't even read this journal. I always look back to see how I was creative, how I added things in, how, I don't know why, but just the visual of the journal crawls me back into wanting to journal every day. Wish I did. This one was almost every day. It was daily for me. I could not get myself to not daily journal when I started this thing. I did stuff like, for example, I did this where I put like some background paper. I added stuff like this, and I had a bunch of pictures I just did fun things. And this one is probably still my favorite journal to this day until I get a new one. But there are some journals I have finished, but never ever finished a full journal since this one. I have maybe left like maybe 3 pages out, maybe 10 pages out. But like literally this is the only journal that has the very back page actually done. I literally went from